what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode number 4 of What's Poppin' podcast. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful day or week in general. We got more news for you guys. Not too much, not compared to last week's. Last week we were bombarded with news.
Yeah, it was crazy.
This week, yeah, it was nuts. But this week, we got a little bit of news here and there. A couple of things that we definitely want to talk about. We definitely wanted to address the whole Flash crossover thing for Crisis on Infinite Earth, which we will talk about. And we also wanted to give you guys our top 10 most anticipated movies of this year and a couple shows that we're excited for as well. But before we get into everything, how you been, Tim? How's everything, dude?
I've been doing good, man. I've been living the life, keeping busy, rewatching Stranger Things with the wife, and enjoying that for like the 5th time in a row. But other than that, man,
what was your favorite season for that?
Honestly, season 1 is so strong with Stranger Things. I absolutely love that.
And it feels like a different show too, man.
Yeah.
If you watch like season 1 compared to like 3, it's just like the tone is different.
Well, the kids grew up so quickly. Like I remember looking, because we were in the middle of watching season 1. We just looked up like something about season 3, and they look like completely different people. They've grown so much, so it's kind of interesting to go back and watch all that. But yeah, other than that. Dealing with icy weather. We got about like half an inch of ice here in Missouri.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Had the power go out.
Ice over here.
I wish I could, dude.
Yeah, we've been getting some rain over here, which is I'm happy because I love the rain, and I just feel more relaxed when it's raining here.
Yeah, rain is a beautiful thing. And then
it's good to hear, man.
Yeah, I've been just chill, and I don't know how you've been and everything like that.
Yeah, everything's been going pretty good. I cannot complain. I just recently did a 24-hour stream, so that was a bit crazy. I feel finally today, I feel like a little bit more well rested. Like usually when I do those things, like sleep schedule's fucked.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah. Like when do you usually start them?
I usually do them either on Fridays or Saturdays, but I usually start like in the morning. As soon as I wake up,
right.
Take a shower, drink coffee, and boom, get on. And then I end the next morning, and yeah, it's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, pretty good. Can't complain, man. But yeah, I definitely wanted to get into the news here, so that we wouldn't drag this on.
Yeah.
And kind of get it through our video here, because I know we try to always keep it under an hour, but we always end up going way past that. So yeah,
we can do it. We can do it. One of these days, we're gonna have a podcast actually land the way we
it's
want.
Be like 45 minutes or just 1 hour, so it'll be good. Yeah. All right, guys. So first up, we have is Hugo Weaving has said that he will not reprise his role as Agent Smith in The Matrix 4 due to scheduling conflicts, and this was by discussing films. And this, I believe, this was news today. At around 9 a.m. So yeah, what do you think? Is this like a make it or break it for you?
Well, no. I mean, like I said, I love the way he says Mr. Anderson and all that stuff. I absolutely love his character, the way he plays it in those movies. But it doesn't matter to me too terribly if he's in it or not, because I think. Do you know if they're doing it as like a continuation or if they're doing it as like a reboot or anything like that?
Yeah, as far as to my knowledge goes, that this movie is going to be Matrix 4. So this is a continuation, especially since they tried getting them back on the movie. So I don't think they would do a reboot. If they're going to do like a whole reboot, I think they would just cast new characters or whatever. Yeah. But they tried to get Keanu back in, and now they finally got him in. They got everybody else, slowly starting to get casted in here. It's kind of a bummer that he's not going to be in it. You know what I mean? But I'm okay with it as well, because I want it to be a new villain. I want it to be some brand new, especially because I have a feeling that we're going to end up getting Matrix 5 and 6.
Well, I mean, I think
it goes well,
the Matrix, didn't it? Whenever it came out, it kind of revolutionized a lot of things just from the way it was shot. I know the iconic like bullet dodge moment has been replicated into the ground.
Matrix 1 is still one of my favorite action films. The other two, okay, not my favorite, but definitely one. Yeah, when that came out, what was that, 99 or something? I don't remember exactly.
It was either really late 90s or early 2000s for sure.
Yeah, and that was mind blowing. I was let me see. Actually, I want to look at the release date real quick.
Well, I know that for me, like
99.
I
March
saw
21st, 1999.
Matrix for the first time after the second one had already came out. So I have a hard time kind of separating the first and the second one. I don't think I enjoyed the second one nearly as much as I did the first one. Because didn't that one have like weird dreadlock people?
The twins.
Yeah.
The pale twins. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that one. That one had a really cool I believe it was the freeway sequence. Oh man, that was that was intense. So yeah, the first one came out in 1999. I remember renting this on VHS at Blockbuster, dude. I remember actually going in, and I remember watching the second one and the third ones in theaters. But the first one, I remember going to Blockbuster with my older brothers, and then they picked out The Matrix. Yeah, that's why it kind of sticks with me. It's probably nostalgia. That's probably why I really like the first one. So I don't know.
No, the first one really is, technically speaking, a fantastic movie. Like, I know there's the visual shot where he does like he's on the rooftop, and he does the first time he does like the bullet dodge, and the camera goes all the way around him. They actually had to have like cameras, like I think it was like 30 or 40 cameras in a circle that took the video clips.
Oh, like frame by frame type.
Rapid succession around him, and then they just kind of like CG'd the in-between frames. It's crazy how they did that, and it was really well done. It kind of still holds up.
I think The Matrix 1 was definitely ahead of its time. That came out, especially with the CGI now, like what they could do now. Oh man, it's gonna look definitely a lot better.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty wild.
I'm still looking forward to Matrix 4. It's unfortunate that Hugo's not gonna be in it, but hopefully it's for good reasons. Maybe Lord of the Rings reasons or something else. So.
One can hope. I know that I was digging into it on Twitter and stuff, and I saw someone commenting, and they cited the fact that he said he's going to be in like a stage play production during that time, but it's also coincidentally the same time that the Amazon Lord of the Rings on Prime show is going to be filming. So who knows what's actually true and what's just being said, but my nerd heart wants him to be on the Prime thing, but I doubt it, to be honest. But yeah, that is what it is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Next bit of news here. We have that National Treasure 3 is officially happening, dude, and it's been 13 years since Nicolas Cage has actually done the last one. I didn't know it was that long ago.
It was forever ago. The last time. All right, National Treasure 2.
You know what? Yeah, it has been, because I think I was in high school when the last part 2 came out. 2004. Yeah, 2006. I was a senior in high school when the second one came out. That is nuts, dude. Holy crap. I didn't realize it's been that long.
My grandpa and grandma, that was their last trip down to our family here. That was the last movie I saw with them in the theater near where I am. That's why I remember it so well. I love National Treasure 1 and 2.
I have a conspiracy.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Funny enough, National Treasure, right? But I think because the person that is directing this is Chris Brebner, which did Bad Boys 3, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say that's who did it. Hold on. Let me just double check here, guys.
That'll be interesting. Well, I wonder if, because you said he's the one who's potentially signed, he's going to be doing this new one?
Yeah, he did Bad Boys for Life. So I think from the success of this movie, because Bad Boys for Life did really, really well in theaters.
Yes, it
did. I think from the success of this one, kind of convinced Disney, all right, we're going to give you your National Treasure 3.
Dude.
That's just what I'm getting, because as soon as it went positively well this weekend, they announced National Treasure 3. Like, what? Like, coincidentally, interesting. So maybe this was probably like his trial run or whatever. But yeah, they announced it this weekend as well after the release of Bad Boys. So Disney said that it's currently in pre-production. So.
Dude, I've wanted to know, since that movie came out that long ago, what the hell is on that specific page in the president's book that they reference. And he's like, hey, by the way, Bill, can you please check out what's on this specific page in this president's book? And he's like, will do. And we never know what's on the freaking page. If this movie doesn't address that, I'm going to be very upset. because I wanted to know for
Oh,
so long. But
oh,
that's like
okay.
easy setup for a sequel,
Yeah.
and
What
never
do you? What do
happened.
you? Yeah, I don't know. What do you think they can do now?
Well, I mean,
'Cause I was thinking
tons,
of like, well, what could they do with the National Treasure 3?
dude, tons. I mean,
Yeah.
look,
Did you like the first and the second one, or did you like
yes,
one or the other more?
it's hard to choose between the two. The originals are usually my favorite, just because that's what
Mhm.
really was the lightning in the bottle.
Right.
And it's got like Sean Bean in the first one, and it's just very charming. The second
Mhm.
one had its moments as well. I don't think it's as good as the first one, but it definitely had its moments.
Mhm.
I think overall they are very strong movies for what they are and what they set out to be. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know how you felt about them, but I really
I
enjoyed them.
I enjoyed them for what they are. Like I don't know how to explain. Like they were just entertaining for me.
Yeah.
You know, I was always entertained, and they obviously the little tidbits reminded me a lot of what you call it, Indiana Jones. There's like certain sequences,
Yes.
but I thought I don't know, I enjoyed it. I'm happy about this. The only thing that hasn't been confirmed is whether if this is gonna be like a theater release or if this is gonna be a Disney Plus thing.
Either way, I'll be happy because I mean
Yeah,
Disney
I don't think it's
Plus.
there's anything wrong with either one. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
but
actually more
I feel
convenient
like
if it's Disney
I
Plus. But
think Disney Plus would probably make more sense.
yeah,
And I feel like it would do better on Disney Plus whether instead of in theaters.
I don't know. I really think
13 years is a long time, dude.
there's
And
there's some
usually
sleeper
movies
fandoms
that
going
take
on.
yeah, no, I bet. Trust me, I know a lot of people that are actually huge fans of National Treasure.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I know you're not the only one that's super excited about this. But I just feel like I just don't want it to be like those movies that are kind of like Dumb and Dumber or like
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, where it's just like it's been so long that that humor or that type of film just isn't gonna hit well in theaters, but it will do better in the streaming service.
true. Although you could say the same goes for like Bad Boys for Life. Like the Bad
Oh
Boy
yeah, that
movies,
took a
they
while.
came out a
That was
while.
you're right. You're right. No, you have a point there. You do have a point where that could have been hit or miss, and it's funny enough that you said that because the last two movies on Rotten Tomatoes, the first and the
Hmm.
second one, were apparently rotten, and this is the third one. Apparently, is the first one that is a fresh tomato.
What? The first Bad
Yeah,
Boys is great.
I know. No, absolutely. Well, I mean, there's a lot of see Rotten Tomatoes is it's weird because
Yeah.
there's a lot of movies that I enjoyed a lot and I thought they were fantastic movies and they have like shitty scores on Rotten Tomatoes. I think they live in John Carpenter's The Thing is not even like a fresh tomato.
What?
They're
The
like
Thing
yeah,
is
it
incredible.
that's what I mean. So it's like they're not like 100% reliable source at times. It's just that most people, the average Joe
Goes to
or
there to
Jane, whoever
yeah.
goes to Rotten Tomatoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like us, we're more of that type of person where it's just like, oh, we're more word of mouth, like you know, because we trust each other's opinions.
Right.
But it's interesting, and I kind of want to lay that information out there because there's some people that listen to
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
I
Um,
you have to take
yeah.
you have to take Rotten Tomatoes with a grain of salt because there's always people who say let's constantly give it +5 or 5 stars or whatever the heck the rating system is because they want it to do well, and then there's other people who are
Mhm.
like we hated this movie so we're just gonna spam all this other stuff, and I'm just like it kind of ruins it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag.
Right. But yeah, so it's a good thing. National Treasure 3 is coming. Hopefully it comes out sometime
Soonish.
less next year. I'll pray for this year, but I doubt it. But I think next year for sure it will
Yeah.
definitely will happen. Next bit of news that I have here
Okay.
is I believe this was a few days ago.
Okay.
Yes, it's by discussing film. They announced that Taika Waititi has been approached to develop a Star Wars film.
You know?
So I don't think he's confirmed or reported or it's just this is by Hollywood Reporter that
Okay.
that they're
Which
saying that
they have a decent batting
um
average of things kind of being rumor and then it actually turns out to be true. Like
yeah,
they
exactly.
I remember when they rumored they
So
were like
none
one
of
of the
this, by the way,
first.
guys, none of this is actual like a lot of the stuff on the news is not actual facts. Like we'll know when it's like 100% real facts or whatever. This is
Right.
technically a rumor because he hasn't necessarily said, yes, I was approached, and no, I said no, or yes, I said yes. It's just, we have to take this with a grain of salt, but it is interesting to talk about
For sure.
because a lot of people want him to direct a Star Wars movie.
Right.
I personally want one.
Dude, I'd be down. I mean, I know that Hollywood Reporter has like a really good batting average, so like that makes me want to believe it wholeheartedly. Because I remember when they were one of the first people to drop the idea that Sony and Disney were working together to have Spider-Man in the MCU, and a lot of people were like, "That'll never happen," and then it did. So I kind of lean to trust Hollywood Reporter, not all the time, but for the majority of the time. And if this is going to be the case, I would really be down for that because he did a really good job with Thor Ragnarok. It had a bit of a Star Warsy feel. It was really funny, which I think Star Wars as a whole is pretty lighthearted.
Is that he knows humor, man. He gets it. He gets it for sure. And I think he directed the last episode of The Mandalorian, if I remember correctly.
Really?
Yes, he's the one that directed that one, and the humor in that was fucking amazing with the two stormtroopers. And then IG going out like a boss.
Yeah, that was cool.
So I think he's in. I want to say he did the last episode. I gotta confirm this. I don't want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
I know he directed a few episodes.
Well, I know that. My hesitation with Taika Waititi is that I don't want him to stress being funny over some of the moments that need to be taken kind of seriously. Like there was a few moments in Thor Ragnarok that I was like, I wish he had treated that a little less for humor and more for the dramatic effect. But overall, I enjoyed it. So I don't know. It could be a breath of fresh air. I don't really know where Star Wars is going to go from here. That's what's exciting, to be honest, is that at least Disney says that they're moving away from all this, the main trilogies and saga of Skywalker and all that stuff. So if it's going different directions or different storylines and has nothing really to do with what we've done, they have pretty much their pick of the litter when it comes to like tone and stuff to throw in. So I'm an open book to
so he did do the last episode. Nice. Yeah, I remember now, and I tweeted about it too. I just wanted to double check and confirm because last episode was definitely one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it's up there
of all of them, and dude, that'd be incredible, man. I'm totally up for this. So hopefully, it's true. One, and then two, he says yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing that scares me here is that dude. I think Taika's going to have one hell of a 2 years. The next 2 years, he's going to be so fucking busy because he's also scheduled. Well, he's kind of tied to direct this anime movie. And then he's also tied to direct the new Thor. And then other little movie projects that he's doing. It's just like, man, this man is just working his ass off, and he's gonna have his hands full for the next 2 or 3 years, like easy.
Yeah, that's a danger too. Like I know that directors, when they get kind of burnt out, that the work suffers. Like Joss Whedon's a good example of that, where he got really burnt out after doing the first Avengers, and then he tried to do Avengers 2, which I think for the most part most people agree isn't as good as the first one. And he really complained, and he's used to juggling so many things and so many characters that really burned him out. And so Taika being a rising star,
a type of person to complain though, man. Have you seen his interviews? He seems like a lovable person, dude.
Yeah.
So
I wish him the best.
I do, and I hope everything that he's scheduled to direct all comes to fruition because, there's so many stuff that I want to see him do. Like the anime movie that I was referring to was Akira. If you've never seen it, I recommend it. He's supposed to do that.
Is it like a reboot or a continuation of Akira?
No, it's supposed to be a live action.
What?
He's doing a live action film of Akira.
I didn't know that.
Akira has been in like a huge, like, it's been like jumping from director to directors and stuff like that. And I think Leonardo DiCaprio is like tied to it as well because he's like a huge fan of Akira. But apparently Taika is supposed to be directing that one, but it's been in production hell for like a minute,
Dude.
man. So hopefully that becomes one of those things that gets directed, because Akira live action would be fucking awesome.
Iconic is what it would be. Like,
yeah,
especially if they
especially
do it right
with him behind it. Like,
yeah,
yes,
that would be crazy.
yeah.
That was
So
one of the
I'm
first
down
things I
for
ever watched.
Akira and Star Wars for Taika, please.
Yes,
I'm excited for the Thor stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see him do outside of Marvel.
yeah.
Right
I mean, Akira was one of the first things I ever watched that was animation,
Mhm.
besides like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball Z,
Mhm.
and I remember
Yeah.
that blew me away at the time. And so,
Yeah.
Taika, God bless, good luck, my guy.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
please do all these things. I'm excited.
Yeah. But that's it for for that. I have two more,
Okay.
or one more. I have one more. Let me go ahead and take this last one, and then you can give us the ones you have.
Okay.
So the last one here I have is Quentin Tarantino plans to make a series based on Rick Dalton's Western show Bounty Law from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He said that I ended up writing 5 half-hour episodes, so I'll do them and I will direct all of them. That is fucking exciting, man.
That's cool.
I know you haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet, right?
I have not seen that yet. Though I do want to. I've seen clips though. That's the thing. Like some things I've seen. Like is it Brad Pitt's character who has like a meltdown in his trailer?
No, that's Leo's.
That's Leo's character. That was really well done. Like that was impressive.
Oh no, they have chemistry, man. I want to see them on screen again with another either buddy cop movie or whatever. I just having them both on the same screen and their dialogue exchange is well done. And this fucking excites me so much, man, because the fact that they're going to release episodes from the show that he was, based off of the character he was playing, his show, like that's so cool, man. I think that's really cool. I don't know if this is going to be released. I'm assuming a streaming service. It has to be Netflix.
I'm going to say
Quentin's
Netflix.
Movies are big on Netflix. Almost all of his movies are on there.
He's also, from what I remember, I mean, I don't want to quote and be quoted for this, but I'm pretty confident he's expressed dislike for the meddling of a corporation, which Disney would be. So there's no way in hell it'd be on Disney. I don't think it would be on Amazon, because if he's already got deals with Netflix and everything like that.
Yeah. I'd assume that it has to be Netflix because, like I said, all of his other movies are on there pretty much. Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction.
I have to say, Quentin Tarantino, the movies that I have seen that I really enjoy of his are really well done. They're graphic and they're sometimes upsetting, but overall, like, he's a really good director. I know he's getting up there. The last one I saw of his, like recently, or like last one that came out?
Well, just the last movie you saw of his.
Recently then?
Yeah.
I rewatched Pulp Fiction really recently.
Okay.
I watched that movie.
What was the last movie that he made that you've seen?
I don't know in the order that it came out. I've seen. Let's see. He did Django Unchained, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I did that. I've seen that one. I've seen Pulp Fiction. There was another one he did that I really, really liked. Well, Kill Bill. I mean, that's a good one too.
Right.
The Kill Bill series. Did he do The Hateful Eight? Was that him?
Yes. I was going to ask you if you've seen that.
I have seen The Hateful Eight, but I have only seen that once, and I don't know which one was the latest one that came out of all those.
Okay. Before this one, I believe it was The Hateful Eight.
Okay. That's the last one then that I've seen of his.
That I love that movie so much, man.
It was good.
Yeah, I've rewatched it a few times and I like it more and more every time. It's so cool. But yeah, this is good stuff. I'm super excited, that Quentin's doing this. This is totally came out of like left field. This is totally random. It got dropped on us a few days ago, so that's exciting stuff. So yeah, something else to look forward to on Netflix. Hopefully, I don't think this is gonna be, since this is like a show. I don't see this being like in theaters, but who knows? Maybe it could be up there for like a limited time. They'll put the episodes up there or something to catch
interesting.
them.
Yeah, maybe even select theaters or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for me and news. You got a few stuff, right?
Well, speaking of Netflix, Netflix will be streaming all 21 Studio Ghibli movies globally starting February 1st.
Yes.
except in the U.S., Canada, and Japan.
Not in the U.S., right?
Yeah,
Not in the U.S. Not
in the
not North America.
no, in the U.S., they'll be available on HBO Max at
Mhm.
launch in spring 2020. And let me tell you this. I went like on a roller coaster ride. You posted this, and I was like, "Hell yeah, poggers!" or whatever the heck I said. And then you're like, "Not in the U.S." And I was like, "Damn
Yeah.
it!" I was
Yeah.
so sad because like I love
I
all
saw
these movies.
a buddy of mine tweeted out too. He's like, "I'm gonna watch a movie every single night before I go to bed," and I had to type, like, I had to ruin it for him. I was like, "Sorry," but
Was that Grande? I
I
think
think you
right.
yeah. I was like, I think you misread that, but yeah, that's not gonna be for us, man. It's unfortunate. But good luck, everybody in New Zealand. They're getting
Dude,
it. Enjoy. I'm
jealous.
a little bummed the hell out because
Yeah.
I would have loved that to be on Netflix for everybody, dude. I would have definitely binged those to go
Mhm.
to bed as well. I would have done the same thing.
Do you think this is
It's
like
unfortunate.
in part due to, well, not really due to it, but like almost like karma? We got Disney Plus before everywhere else in the world really got it. And they're like,
Maybe.
"Hey."
I mean, that's a good point. I didn't even think about it that way. Yeah, I guess so. It's just like beggars can't be choosers. So
Yeah,
it
true.
is what it is. I'm bummed
Yeah.
that we're not gonna get it, but at
It,
least HBO Max is gonna have it. That's
yeah.
kind of cool because HBO Max doesn't really have too much as of right now. I know that they have Friends, but that they took it out from Netflix because they have like a license deal. So
Right.
now
So they
Friends
have
is gonna
friends
be on
now.
there. They have Friends now. They have a couple like shows that are gonna
Hmm.
be dedicated specifically to HBO Max. I know a lot of DC stuff is gonna be on there as
Yeah,
well.
that was actually the next topic I had. The
Okay,
HBO
nice
Max
segue.
Green Lantern series will reportedly span several decades as well as be set in space and on Earth. And Green Lantern is a really cool character from the comics that I don't think has
I
been
do
done
like,
justice.
what's weird? I do like Green Lantern, even from the animated Justice League, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
John Stewart.
I just feel like he needs his moment, man.
Yeah.
Like he needs like because fuck, I hate to bring that up, but like that shitty movie with Ryan Reynolds, dude, and even he makes fun of himself for doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
It had
was
its moments where I
terrible,
was like, hey,
man.
I had its moments where I was like, actually not bad. The way
Mhm.
Sinestro looked dope as hell. I liked that. Uh some, not a majority, but some of the effects looked cool.
Yeah.
That's about it. I don't know. But like as far as what's happening on HBO, I can only hope because I mean you have the whole color spectrum. I don't want to, do too much for the news part, but there's like, like fear, rage, love, will, obviously with the green. There's a whole
Mhm.
bunch. There's life and death, the Black
Mhm.
Lanterns and the White dude. There's so much to do and geek out over. It'd be almost its own crazy like space epic on par with like Guardians of the Galaxy and Star Wars as far as scope if they really wanted to.
Yeah, I know exactly. If it's taking
Um,
place in space too, like
yeah,
I'm down, dude. Absolutely.
I
So that's exciting
100%.
stuff. Yeah.
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 In other news, we have the fact that Disney has not revealed a 20th Century Fox Television and Fox 21 Television Studios will have their names changed to as well, but they are dropping the Fox name from the classic 20th Century Fox Studios, kind of like
Mhm.
da 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 uh,
Yeah.
whole thing, which some people kind of have gripes over. I don't.
It's nostalgia, man. It's nostalgia. That's what
Yeah.
it is. A lot of people have gripes over it because it was 20th Century Fox brought a lot of films that we
Yeah.
love, a lot of shows as well.
True.
So it's just nostalgia, but I think it's Disney had to do that,
Yeah.
because they're not Fox anymore.
Well, true. And I mean, like, even
Yeah.
before it was 20th Century Fox, it was like 20th Century Pictures or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
and then it took on the Fox name. So, like, it's not even really been a part of it beyond just namesake.
Hmm.
So there's recognizability for sure. But other
Yeah.
than that, I think it's not going to be too different.
I
Um,
don't think it's that big of a deal personally,
yeah.
but I know some people are attached to the brand or the name itself because, like I said, it's nostalgia.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I mean,
Yeah,
that intro alone, the
no, of
rat
course.
that rat that
Now,
whole
the
thing.
only thing that I'm curious about is Disney, now that they've acquired Fox, is what the hell are they gonna do with a lot of those movies, man? Because they have a lot of IPs, dude. They can make an Alien movie too, but that I'm pretty sure that they will not release that on Disney Plus. Because as far as I know, nothing rated R is gonna be on Disney Plus. I think it's only gonna go up to PG-13.
I think this is just my wild prediction, blindfold prediction. I
Mm-hmm.
think Disney is currently in the works to create a second streaming service for their R or like more edgy content
I've
that
thought about that as
they've
well.
owned, and I
That's
think
come across my mind too.
that would
Because
just
I don't think
explode.
nobody really. Okay, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't give a shit about Hulu, and
No.
I know they I believe they own that too, right? They own
Mhm.
Hulu, and so I don't think people are gonna like if they make like specific like dark, edgy movies from like Predator to Aliens, and you know, I don't think they would put them on there because they probably wouldn't do
No.
as well.
Because you played Alien Isolation, right?
Yeah.
I loved that game, and I would love for a sequel to that game. But if they decided not to do a sequel of the game, but just like a show or a series or whatever sequel, or even
Mhm.
set kind of in that timeline between where she's in cryosleep and then, dude,
Mm.
that is just easy money. And Disney right now has got to make up that deficit. They spent 70 something, what was it, billion on this
Yeah,
deal.
dude. Yeah.
They got to start making the bank back, and that's easy ways to do it if they have their own set, studio thing, which might be part of why they're doing the name change.
They're gonna make their bank.
Yeah.
Disney is not struggling, man. They're very comfortable.
Yeah.
They're very comfortable. But
For sure.
yeah, that's not that big of a deal, but it's definitely needed to be addressed and talked about because I know, like I said, some people have
Heavy nostalgia.
nostalgia for it, but it is now going to be called just 20th Century Fox, or not 20, just 20th Century, right? I believe.
It's going to be Disney drops the Fox part of the name, so it's going to be 20th Century Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, see, it's not that big of a change. I mean, sure, the Fox brand, it's all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Yeah. In other news, back to like talking about HBO. HBO has officially ended the Confederate show, which is a controversial slavery drama from the Game of Thrones. It says creators. I'm going to say showrunners. I'm happy. I'm happy that they're getting burned because, frankly, what they did, man, it pissed me off. I was upset, and I want to watch their careers burn, man.
You sound like one of those people that are just like fucking salty at them, and you don't want them to do good.
No, I don't. The moment I found out that they had their Star Wars series movie trilogy canceled, I almost blew out candles. I was so happy.
It did not get canceled. They walked away from it because they said that their hands were full with other projects, and I think that was like the project that they were committing themselves to, and ends up getting fucking canceled. Got canceled.
No,
the Star Wars one didn't get canceled. They
publicly
just walked away from it.
Publicly, they didn't get canceled. I know deep down, Disney was like, Did you even see what you did to Game of Thrones? Yeah. Did you even read or listen to what you heard?
Good point.
No!
Maybe it was just reported as they walked away, but not. Yeah. Dude.
So I'm happy. I mean, I don't even know about the controversy part of it, but the fact that these two, I mean, I'd be happy if the show came back and it wasn't them, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have no ill will to the show, specifically those guys, though. I'm happy.
See, that's the thing, man. Coming from somebody that wasn't super attached to Game of Thrones, right? I watched it. I enjoyed it. I liked a lot of the characters, the acting and stuff. Especially like seasons 1 through, was it 6? How many seasons are there? 8?
There's 8 seasons, yes.
8 seasons. Okay, yeah. I'd say I enjoyed 1 through 6. Okay. Pretty good. Specifically 1 through 5, but the 6th one, there's a few things that I liked in it that I'm like, okay, this is cool. So I always say just 1 through 6. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Was I disappointed? Not as much as everybody else was, only because, like I said, I wasn't super attached to it like a lot of people were. This isn't like my Star Wars. Now, a lot of people, they treat this like their Star Wars.
Dude.
So it's just like it fucking bugged them and it rubbed them off the wrong way. And I always just laugh about it because I know they're paid because I was there with the whole Ryan Johnson issue and then also the last film. Like, dude, it was so frustrating.
Oh my god, dude. Like I had friends over for the finale of that show. Okay? Not the finale. It was getting into it. Episode, which was it? I think it was episode 3. That's the night, the one with the night. Yeah. Dude, oh my god. I was a raging volcano from that until the end of the show. I was so mad. And but that's, I mean, we could do a whole podcast about that, but for brevity's sake, absolutely. I'll say this. I'm happy about this particular news about Confederate and that they are being booted off. But
let's go to the next segment here, which is kind of perfect because
it's the Game of Thrones prequel series House of the Dragon is likely to release in 2022, which is cool. In my opinion, I think it's cool.
Do you know who's directing it by chance, or
I don't. I mean, I can see if I can dig a little bit further. No, I don't see who's specifically directing it. But what I do know is, well, it says like it's going to be 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones and tells the story of House Targaryen, rich in the Dragonlord ancestors of Daenerys, or Dany.
Okay. Yeah.
My queen! And all that garbage. But while I have no ill will to the actual content, the way that Game of Thrones did go out has left a really bad taste in my mouth. So it's going to have to prove itself to be worth watching, in my opinion.
Okay.
But I'd be down if it's really good. So, I mean,
gotta hope for the best, right? Yeah. I'm up for it. That's cool. More Game of Thrones content. I'm totally down with that, especially since it's taking place 300 years, right?
Hey, 300 years before this everything else went down. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I would rather have them do it like before. I don't know about the after part because
yeah, I mean, it was
I've heard rumors of specific characters getting their spin-off shows, and I hope that's not true. Man.
Well, there was one of 2 shows that were under serious consideration. This is the one that's actually made it so far. The other one was called like The Long Night, which is the first time the White Walkers were involved. But I think that one got, as far as we know, shelved. But this one, I mean, I'm down. I mean, like I said, it kind of left a bad taste, but I'm going to be hopefully possibly naively optimistic about it. However, Bad Robot, which is a really cool studio that did a lot of different shows, is developing.
They actually did the, if I'm correct, they did the Cloverfield movies as well.
Yep, they did that. They did Fringe. I don't know if you ever watched Fringe.
Yep.
That was a wild ride. That was a cool show. It's very X-Filesy. But they have a lot of stuff that they do good, and they're developing film and TV projects based on DC's Justice League Dark, though it's a new deal with Warner Media, through its new deal with Warner Media.
So I heard that Warner Brothers is going to have their own streaming service as well.
Well, that's currently, like, right now they have DC, I think it's called DC Universe, which is all their DC content. That's currently been out for like a year. From what I understand, that's moving over to be joined with HBO and all of their content there. And so this would most likely be on HBO's own platform of shows and stuff, which, I mean, like we were saying, HBO needs stuff to kind of compete with all the other guys.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, for sure.
But have you ever heard about Justice League Dark or know anything about them?
Yeah, I did. Yes. I've read a couple things here and there, a couple comics, and I like the art style and characters, man, and it looks so fucking cool. If it's done right, it can almost be done like horror movies.
100%. Constantine alone, his stuff can get real dark. I mean, like, he deals literally with like demons from hell and Hades, and it can get real dark. So I mean, that right there is a good reason to have it be set kind of with Bad Robot, who do a lot of that creepy shit.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I think this is definitely some light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely,
sure.
absolutely.
I like it.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Aside from the next DC topic, which I guess we can go ahead and get into, which is that whole the Crisis on Infinite Earths,
the Flash crossover with Ezra Miller, right?
Yes, indeed.
What do you think about that, man? Like,
it's
what
cool.
were your thoughts?
So I actually thought it was really cool because like Crisis on Infinite Earths is a really big storyline, kind of like the Flashpoint, where it really broke comic universe and all this other stuff, and really introduced like the multiverse and all that stuff, which is fun. And from what I've seen, because I watched a bunch of like summary clips and stuff like that I could on YouTube. Because
I'll be completely honest with you. I don't mean to cut you off. I haven't been watching any of those CW shows like at all. I've tried to watch Arrow and I've tried to watch Flash, but they're just like TV,
they're campy. They're really campy.
Yeah, it's just I couldn't get into it. I really could not get into it. So I've always just kind of like from the shadows, I'd watch like little clips whenever something cool happened. But oh, cool, that character came out. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. And then the whole like when all the news started breaking out about Crisis on Infinite Earth and all the cameos and people going in, like the one I was excited for was Kevin Conroy.
Same. Batman. I was about to mention him.
I was like, dude, yes, but and when I watched it, I'm like, okay, this is lame.
Yeah,
I was very disappointed with it.
It's pretty lame. I really wished he could have been in like a bat suit and been like.
No, I didn't expect him in a bat suit, but I expected him to like just have a bigger part. Like it just seems like a lot of these cameos have just been fan service. That's
trying to draw people to watch it is what it was.
Even the dude from Smallville, I forget his actor. I apologize, everybody. I know for those of you that are super fans of that. Even his brief little cameo, I actually enjoyed his. I thought that his kind of gave closure to the fans and everything, just kind of like update everybody like, oh, what happened with him or whatever.
That looked cool. I really liked the subtle stuff. Like they even had what is his name? I should know this, and I feel so bad for not knowing. Adam West, his Batman universe. They even had his in there, which was kind of a cool touch. They had the Christopher Reeves Superman universe. But they had like the guy who was in Superman Returns. I don't remember if you watched that movie or not. The one where he gets shot in the eye.
I think they did Batman as well, right? Or was it?
Yep, they did. Sorry, what?
Like the originals, the
Tim Burton's
in '89. Yeah, there we go. Tim Burton. Yeah, they had Tim Burton's things in there too.
It was really cool. But yeah, the Ezra Miller.
It's just a lot of fan service.
Yeah.
As of right now, and
it's
as
fun.
Far as like, as far as the how do you pronounce
Ezra?
it again?
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller. I liked his cameo. And holy fuck, that surprised me too. Because I immediately messaged you. I was like, holy shit, did you see this? Like, this is fucking cool. I want to address something as well, as the fact that people are saying like, oh, Marvel couldn't do this, da. But that's not true. Marvel's done it before. They did it with Nick Fury. He made his cameo in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it's happened before. But nobody to the caliber of one of the main heroes hasn't been on like the show, as far as I remember. I think this is the first time where from one of the main heroes from a DC or a Marvel going onto a show.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right.
Because dude, you got to know that Ezra did not get paid that much for it, and he did it for the fans.
Well, I know he showed up. That was actually done after filming the entirety of the show. They did that like last minute, just for fun. As far as people saying like the whole like Marvel couldn't do this or DC can't do that, I have to remind people: these are very competitive businesses. That if you actually look side by side, anytime one had an idea, the other one's like, "Oh, thanks," and they also do the idea. They're the same thing. Across the board, except Marvel is more like science-y based, and DC's more like gods and magic based. Although there's obvious crossover between the two, so both can do the same thing as far as like storylines and stuff. But as far as having like an actual like hero from the cinematic universe that they're currently doing, like showing up in a TV series,
Yeah.
I think that is a first, as far as I'm
Yeah.
aware.
Yeah. So that's what I thought it was kind of a big deal in that perspective, where it's like, oh, like one of the main movie actors showed up on a TV show like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool. I thought that's why I was excited about it. Wow, like then it's possible,
Yeah.
it's possible because you could just tell, like I said, he did it for the fans. He wasn't gonna get paid that much to do that little thing, so he definitely did it for the fans, and I think it's really cool. The scene didn't really do much at all in terms of story. It didn't do much, like, period. Like, there was no point of the scene happening, but it was just, like I said, fan service. But I think the scene was fucking cool. I got excited about it, and I'm not the biggest like DC movies as of right now, this particular moment, until the Batman stuff and Wonder Woman 1984 come out, whatever, all that, then I'm excited about for the new. I'm more excited about the new DC stuff that's coming out soon than I was before.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
so yeah.
There's a lot to love and hate about the way the movies have gone, but overall, I'm just happy that DC is kind of just doing their thing right now. They're getting
back
bold.
On track with certain things,
and
and it's a good thing. Yeah. I guess we'll find out with the next movie that comes out, which we will review, is Birds of Prey.
Yep, that comes out early February. So
yeah, that'll be out next month, and we'll definitely do a full review of that. So look forward to that.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it on the Ezra Miller stuff. I think it's a cool thing. I liked it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Like I said, it didn't really do much as far as like story wise. It was just there for fan service, but it was fucking tasty fan service.
Yes,
I'll say that. And he did an incredible job in that scene, man. Like his timing, his delivery. It's really
he's good, funny. He's a talented actor. I think he's a good Flash. I'm looking forward to more of him. So, but that's as far as news and everything goes up for this. I think we're all caught up. So
yeah, we're all caught up, guys. If there's any news that you guys want us to address, please tweet it at What's Poppin' Podcast Twitter, or tweet it to me directly or Tim. We'll have our links down below for all that, so that way you guys can tag us in there. Hey, you guys should maybe talk about this. We'll think about whether we want to cover it on the show or not.
Yes.
But before we end off, I definitely want to give our top 10 most anticipated movies of this year. And before we actually started the podcast, we're like, dude, this is actually kind of hard because I didn't think that there was going to be that much that I was going to be excited for this year. But once I started to look down the list, I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah.
There is actually a lot more than I expected. But yeah, so you wanna kickstart it, or should I do it?
You tell you what, I'll go ahead and go. And I'll name like a few, and then you go.
You do five. You do five. I'll do five, and then you do five, and I'll do five.
Okay, that works. And if there's any duplicates, we can just kind of both talk about it if it's on our list as well. I don't know. Good. So first up that I'm really looking forward to is A Quiet Place Part 2.
That's definitely on my list too. So that's good.
I loved that. I think it has a lot to live up to. But I'm crossing my fingers, hoping it's excellent. Because the first one, it surprised me with how good it was and the tension I felt in the theater, not even wanting to eat the popcorn I had bought. Like, I'm sitting there like, it's making too much noise, I'm going to get them killed. So I just kind of sat there holding my popcorn watching the movie, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually super excited about that one as well. If you haven't seen my reaction yet, go check it out. That was the first reaction I did for the channel. And oh yeah, dude, I'm super pumped about A Quiet Place 2, and I like all the actors that they added into this one.
Yes.
And hopefully it seems like it's gonna be they are addressing what the hell happened.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good thing, and I'm super excited about that because I was curious to know what exactly did happen. Please, like, I kind of wanted them to address that. They didn't need to do it in the first one because I think it's set up pretty nicely.
The first one's really well done as far as like pacing and everything. It didn't need to have that extra on there.
I honestly did not like about the first, right? The only thing was the ending. The ending was so anticlimactic, and it was just like, what the fuck? That's it. Because they set it up nice. I'm like, oh shit, things are about to go down, and boom, it just says, what? You know what I'm talking about.
They ran out of tape. Okay.
Yeah. That's what it felt like, man.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah,
This other one, I don't know if it's going to be on yours. The New Mutants.
not on mine. No.
Okay, so the reason I put it on my list is it's finally here. Good or bad, I really am looking forward to watching it because this thing was filmed in 2016 and it's about damn time.
Yeah. And I've seen interviews with some of the actors in the movie addressing about like what the heck is happening with New Mutants, and they seem very fatigued and like they don't know what the fuck is happening with the movie. They weren't even sure if it was coming out at all anymore.
This movie was made back when like 20th Century Fox was still like saying how confident it was that it's moving forward with X-Men movies and all this other stuff and doing all that. This is before they even got into talks about selling it. This is before Dark Phoenix had come out. This is like right after Apocalypse had come out, I think. Even yeah. And so I'm curious just because of how long it's taken for this finally to come out. What even shape this movie's going to be in for me? I'm just kind of looking forward to it, good or bad.
Yeah. I am definitely down to review it. I'll tell you that much. I'm definitely on the end of like I don't care anymore.
I don't care at all.
Only because I just feel like a lot of these characters, even if this movie does come out, it's not even going to be our X-Men that we are going to get from Marvel Studios. No, this is just going to be almost like a one-off thing.
Yeah, it's going to be one of like the old days of comic book movies where it's just like, they're doing that. This
is the last little bit of Fox Studios' X-Men.
Yeah, it's its dying breath.
So yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Number 3 for you.
All right, my third one is Black Widow, which is possibly the last movie starring Scarlett in the MCU. I don't know if that's true. I'm sure she'd be down to do more. But as far as like where she's alive, this is the last time we can have her in there, unless they do like here's her as the baby, and
unless the whole time travel thing where they bring her back or something. Yeah. You just never know with Marvel movies. So, plus it's comic books, so anything is possible.
Yeah. And we got Hopper from Stranger Things playing Russian Captain America, which would be fun.
Which, by the way, we didn't really address. It still has to do with Black Widow, kind of. Was that Robert Downey Jr. actually got asked if he would reprise his role for Iron Man again. This was on the Joe Rogan podcast, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So shouts out to him. And he actually asked Robert Downey Jr. if he would actually do it. And he said that as of right now, he wants to focus on other stuff, take his time or whatever. But if the right time and script or idea came about, then maybe.
That's a yes then.
So he's basically 100%. The reason why I brought that up anyways was the fact that because he's actually rumored to be in this movie as well. Since this is taking place
it's right after Civil War.
Right.
It's when it takes place. So yeah.
And the reason why I brought it up as well is the fact that means that they would have to bring him back alive. So they can do that with Black Widow as well. So anything is possible with Marvel.
True. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it because I mean Marvel has only had, in my personal opinion, only a couple missteps. So I think they have a pretty good track record. So I'm looking forward to it. And then I'll say my fourth one, and then I'll let you kind of get a few in there. Wonder Woman 1984.
Get up to 5, and then I'll do
Wonder Woman 1984, and my reasoning is
that is on my list too.
Yeah, it just looks great. That trailer with that music, it's just everything about it.
They got Mando in there. They got the Mando Lord. Yeah. Playing a villain too, man.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it.
That should be really cool, dude. I'm pumped. I actually enjoyed the trailer. I wish I would have done a reaction to that. Maybe whenever we get one more.
Oh, there 100% will be more trailers.
Yeah, so I'll definitely get my reaction for that one as well. I'm excited, man. I have some type of way about the first Wonder Woman movie. I just didn't like the last half the last act. Yeah, the last act of the film just didn't do it for me. I didn't care that much about the villain. I like the characters in there. Like Gal Gadot surprised the fuck out of me. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't a hater, but I didn't think she could do it.
Yeah.
I guess technically that makes me a hater, but
well, you had your reservations and your doubts.
Okay, I pictured somebody else as Wonder Woman at the time. I think forget her name, the girl that played Cara Dune in The Mandalorian. I
Oh
thought she
yeah.
would have been a better like Wonder Woman at this during the time when they were like talking about like doing the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought God, I forget her name, but she's UFC fighter.
Yeah.
I think she would have been really really good.
Which
For
would
this
have
role
been kind of
too.
interesting because at that time, I think she was in a relationship with Henry Cavill as Superman. Like they were in a relationship at that time, so
Oh,
that would have been kind of interesting if she got to play Diana. I don't know. That would have been kind of
yeah,
funny. Um,
interesting.
I'm
But
really
yeah,
looking forward to the fact that one of the villains is Cheetah.
yeah.
Because I have no idea how that's going to look.
I'll be completely honest with you. I know what Cheetah looks like and everything in the comic books, and I know of the character,
Mhm.
but I don't know too much well enough about like whether she was like a really cool villain or not. So
Yeah, she's one of
I'm
like the
excited.
mainstays of Wonder
Yeah.
Woman's Rogue Gallery. I just hope that the visual effects, which I trust Warner Brothers, is
Mhm.
better than the Cats movie with Cheetah. Because if it looks anything like Cats 2019,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But who knows?
I just hope it's better than Halle Berry's Catwoman too. I just as long as I don't look anything like that too, that would be nice.
Yeah, that was a yikes.
Okay. Sorry to mean to bring that up, but
No,
go
you're
ahead.
fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Free Guy is also on my list. I don't know if you know what that is.
Is that the Ryan Reynolds movie?
Yeah, where it's like a video game
Yeah, it's like a Grand Theft
NPC.
Auto-ish type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not on my list, but yeah, it looks fun. It looks like a fun movie.
I thought
To
it
me,
was such a
it
cool
kind of looks like
twist.
a straight to Netflix movie, though. It doesn't look like a theater
Yeah.
release to me for some
I
reason.
I don't know. It's got a weird charm to it. Partially it's because I like Ryan Reynolds a lot. I think he's really
Mhm.
funny, but also like it's a weird concept to have the perspective be just like a typical NPC in a video game that's like only got a
Mhm.
little bit of dialogue, and they're like,
Yeah,
normal day, bank robbery, all this other stuff.
it looks like a fun popcorn, chill on a date, funny movie.
Yeah,
That's like it's not really like thinking too much about story wise because clearly it's just it's a video game.
yeah,
That's what it is.
it'd be
Yeah,
fun. But yeah,
yeah.
that's my first five. I don't know about what you
Okay.
have left.
All right, let's get into it, man. First movie is Candyman. It's a horror movie. I don't think you've all
I know
are you
nothing
aware
about
of
this.
Candyman? Okay, so Jordan Peele is I believe he wrote or I know he's attached to it. It is being directed by Nia Da Costa. And yeah, this is supposed to be like a soft reboot. It still has the original killer, which is played by got it. Second here.
And Jordan Peele, he did Get Out and Us, correct?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
that Jordan Peele.
Which I really
Uh,
liked to Get Out. Us, I didn't like
yeah, the original
nearly as
Candyman was in
much, but
1992. It spawned a few sequels. I think it went up to like maybe three, I believe. And it's the Candyman was played by Tony Todd, and he is reprising his role too.
okay.
Tony Todd, it has an iconic freaking voice, and he's also big in the horror community because he's done a lot of horror movies and stuff. So super excited about that one.
That'll
So
be
yeah,
dope.
that's definitely on my list for that one. And the next one will be Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I had that on my list too, dude.
You have it on your list too?
It's a
Yeah,
direct
man.
sequel to the
The
originals.
original, yeah. And I like the trailer because it did not show much. It showed a couple of things here and there. You can kind of see little tidbits of like ghosts, but not really.
Hmm.
And it kind of has like a little creepy vibe to it too.
Which is
Some
perfect.
people are gonna say like it's like a Stranger Things type of thing or whatever, but I don't see it that way. Just because, you know,
Well, Stranger Things had a whole Ghostbusters moment, paying homage to the fact that
oh yeah,
Ghostbusters
exactly,
kind of did that
right?
before them. So I mean, if anything,
Yeah.
Stranger Things did the
It's just that
Ghostbusters.
everybody's gonna say that because Finn Wolfhard is attached to it. He's acting. He's one of the main roles in there.
Yeah.
But there's other characters in there that are that I think is cool. Like Paul Rudd, he's supposed to be one of the main characters there too. And I hope he's like one of the main Ghostbusters as well.
Paul Rudd's hilarious.
Because this seems like from what I'm getting at is it's gonna be like a passing the torch type of thing. Because
Yeah.
the original actors are reprising their role. Well, three of them. Dan Aykroyd,
Sadly,
Ernie Hudson, and Bill Murray. Unfortunately, the actor that played Egon,
yeah, he
uh,
passed.
yeah, he passed. So, unfortunate for that. But, It looks like fun. I like the trailer. I can't wait to see another trailer where they show more of it. I just don't want them to show
Too much.
Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie. Like, don't show them in the trailers.
No.
Wait till the movie comes out, because it should be an iconic moment to see them on screen again in the suit, not as like that shitty reboot where they played completely different characters that had nothing to do with that, and it was fucking lame. But I'm glad we're getting a proper Ghostbusters 3.
How old is Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd? And
Bill Murray, I have no idea, man.
Because he's getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad they're doing this and if it is a pass the torch thing, I'm glad, because I'm a marathon guy. I don't know if you guys know this about me yet, or if Jimmy knows this about me yet. I like to watch the serialized format stuff. I just like to
Bill
binge.
Murray's 69.
Oh.
Dan Aykroyd 67.
Oh, nice. I had to say it for internet points.
Dan Aykroyd 67 years old. Yeah, they're pushing
up there. He looks a lot. Bill Murray looks a lot older than that. Not gonna lie, like he looks, at least from what I've seen, of certain things.
Pushing 70, like already, like he's in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just happy, man. We're getting Ghostbusters 3.
That'll be fun.
So that's good. That's number 2, right? That's number 2.
Yes.
Number 3 for me is going to be, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I really enjoyed the hell out of the other two. They're not like amazing movies or anything like that, or like, it's like a Dumb and Dumber for me, where it's just like it's fun. This is like a fun movie, and I enjoyed them because I watched them as a kid growing up.
Yeah,
I watched them a lot on television.
I don't think I ever saw the second one, but I heard that one goes kind of a little bit more wild with it. I love the first one. But I don't think I ever saw the second one.
The first one had to do with like more of the history because of their class, their project or whatever. But
it's a goofy time.
The second one definitely goes. It's a lot more wilder, and it's goofy comedy and stuff. And we're finally getting it. I just hope that they do it right. It's going to be interesting to see Keanu play that character again. Because he's gotten so much older, and he's developed like better acting skills as well, in my opinion.
Which will be really funny to see, because he'll be like, dude, he'll be like doing the whole thing, and it's going to be really, really good.
So yeah, that's number 3 for me. Good. I'm excited for all 3 of those so far. Number 4 is going to be The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. That's what it's called. So that is The Conjuring number 3, if I'm correct.
So
you don't get good with Conjuring movies?
Okay. Conjuring 1 and 2 I loved. I heard the Annabelle, the second one that they did, was really good. But I almost put this one on my list until I saw who the director was. Do you know who the director?
Who's it? Michael Chaves?
La Llorona, that movie.
Oh, is that who's doing it? Michael Chaves?
That's who directed.
You're right.
So I was like, oh, yikes.
Director Curse of La Llorona.
Yeah.
You got to say it correct. La. Say it with me.
La.
Yo.
Rona.
Rona. There you go. La Llorona.
La Llorona. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so you're right, sir. I was just kidding.
my sour creamness card. Look at this. You see this?
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But I didn't know about that. But I'm still excited because I like the characters. The Warrens. So I like them. I like the first 2 Conjuring movies. Like I said, they're not like crazy in stories, but I just like the journey that they go through with like dealing these paranormal events and stuff. And obviously it's blown out of proportion. I'm pretty sure they didn't have to deal with like that crazy of shit that's been happening in those movies, but it's fun. It's fun. I like Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga.
They're really good acting.
They're really good actors, and they have really good chemistry, man.
Yeah. He was in the Insidious movie, right? The first one.
Yeah, he was.
I really liked him in that too.
I don't know if he was in the third one. He was in it. It was the first 2 he was in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked him in those. He was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely another one. So that's number 3.
Yep.
4. So number 5 for me is gonna be I'm gonna say another horror movie, which is Halloween Kills.
See, I almost put that's not on my list either, so you're doing good.
Okay. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, number 5 is Halloween Kills for me. So I'm curious to know where, because this is technically like it's a continuation, but it also feels like a reboot to me a bit. Just because it does have Jamie Lee Curtis, but like it seems like they're trying to like there's gonna be more sequels.
Well,
There's gonna be another one after this one. So
right.
I kind of wish that they didn't announce these sequels ahead of time, because it already kind of spoils it for you. It's like, oh, so he doesn't die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like it when they do that. But yeah, the new one, Halloween Kills, is being directed by David Gordon Green.
Okay.
He did the last Halloween movie, and he's done a lot. He has a pretty good track record. I'm confident in David. I think he's going to do pretty good.
The new one that they did in 2018, was it? I believe it's just called Halloween. Is that like a direct sequel to the first one?
It's a direct sequel to the first, yes, because they're ignoring all the other ones.
Okay, so this is in that continuity line, then going to be like the third.
This is technically going to be the third Halloween, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I think it's kind of cool that they did that, although at the same time, it kind of feels like they're shitting on those other people who were involved. I don't know.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's pretty much saying like, oh, you don't matter, but
yeah.
This is technically going to be a real Halloween in the originals, Halloween 1 through 2, where Michael Myers, and the third one wasn't Michael Myers at all. It had to do with something else, which I personally like 3. Just because it tried something different, and I think it did pretty good, but it just came out at a bad time because people were expecting Michael Myers and they didn't get that. So I think whatever happened in 3 technically should have been Halloween 2, because what they wanted to do originally was Halloween was supposed to be different stories.
Really?
Yeah. So the first one was going to be Michael Myers. The second was going to be the story that they gave in Halloween 3. Yeah. But since they did back to back Michael Myers, they kind of screwed themselves there, because
now everyone just
Halloween is Michael Myers,
right.
Same thing with like Friday the 13th, like all those Friday the 13th movies are all Jason. Same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street, it's all Freddy Krueger. So it's like, yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew that eventually which one's the one where he goes to space?
No, are you talking about Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
Oh, Friday the 13th, that's Jason X.
Yeah. So a lot of these like classic horror ones all kind of off the trail. So for the new ones
are the best ones in my opinion for a majority of these slasher films or whatever. But yeah, I'm excited for this one just to see, because I enjoyed it, the 2018 Halloween sequel, I guess technically now. I liked it. I thought it was cool, so that's something to look forward to. So that's my top 5, guys. So top 5, just to kind of go through them again: Candyman, and then we got Ghostbusters Afterlife, we got Bill and Ted, we got Conjuring, and then we got the Halloween Kills. So that's top 5. So what are your next?
My next 5, which I had 14 on my list, and I had to trim a few, so I'm gonna include some to have 5 now that were duplicates. So Tenet from Christopher Nolan, it comes out in July. I'm looking forward to that just because it looks kind of mind-boggling. That was
on my list, and then I cut it off. That's not. Go ahead.
It reminds me a lot of like Inception and maybe Memento, and just a lot of classic Nolan.
About that Memento, yeah.
It's classic Christopher Nolan, where it's just very fast-paced. You got to kind of try and figure it out as the movie's just not apologizing and going. Yeah, and that's kind of fun. I enjoy those.
Yeah, that trailer was fucking. I still don't know what the hell the movie's gonna be about.
Yeah,
it just looks like Inception to me, like another sequel or something in that world. No one really knows.
And what's crazy too, is Robert Pattinson's just in the background in some scenes. Like, he has no dialogue in the trailer. He's just there. And I'm like, wait, is that Robert? As they're like moving in her car, and I'm like, what are you doing here? So that's gonna be cool. I also have Morbius, which also comes out in July on my list. Literally, and this is my quote. It's out of either morbid curiosity or misplaced optimism that I have put this on my list of just who knows what it's going to hold. If it has just absolute groundbreaking awesomeness in it, cool. I'm glad it was on the list. If not, hey, I got to see a fun train wreck, and no one ever looks away from those. So, I mean, it's going to be entertaining either way you look at it. So, and I'd like to give Jared Leto another chance to wow me, because we've talked about that.
I think everybody should. Yeah.
Number 3 for me would be, I guess, then or I guess this is number 8. No, this is number 7 then. BIOS. I don't know if you saw that at all. It's got Tom Hanks. He's set in the future. It's like a dystopian future and everything like that, and he has to create an AI or something like that to continue onward. It's very sci-fi, futuristic. It reminded me a lot of the synopsis of.
I don't think I've heard of it yet. So I'm gonna have to check that out. Is there a trailer for that yet?
No, not yet.
Not a trailer. Okay.
But it reminded me a lot of like Castaway, and it kind of makes me want to see a potential new like Wilson moment with the AI character. Whatever happens with that, I think it'd be cool. But I love Tom Hanks personally. I think he's a really quality actor, and so pretty much anything he's in,
absolutely,
I look forward to. Then I have Eternals, which is slated. We don't know if it's actually going to land it, but it's slated to come out on November 6th. And Eternals it has like a crazy cast right now. I know it has like Angelina Jolie. It's got what's the guy's name? He got ripped and everyone's freaking out about it on Twitter.
God, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He's a fantastic actor as well.
I
mean, it's
Kumail.
Oh yeah, Camille.
Camille?
Yes, yeah. He Angelina Jolie. I know there's I can't remember his name either. I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, he got fucking ripped, dude. And compared to what he looked like before, yeah. Good for him, dude. Yeah, for sure.
And the Eternals are a really cool concept as a whole for Marvel. So that's going to open a bunch of doors for the MCU as well. That's
actually on my list as well too. So Eternals for sure. Yeah. I'm pumped, man. Just because I feel like this is going to be like a nice setup. Eternals and Doctor Strange are going to be the two movies, in my opinion, that are going to set up nicely for the next 10 years of Marvel films. So I feel like they're the main ones to pay attention to in terms of like who the next big villains are or what, cameos. Just
kind of where it's going to go for sure. And then the final one on my list is, might surprise you, it's Dune, set for December 18th in 2020.
That actually was going to be on my list, but I had to cut it down, But that was like on my top 15, I would say. But yeah, dude, Dune looks pretty good. The concept art they actually released some concept art of it, and oh my god, the art looks incredible. If Dune it's done right, hopefully it's done right.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like Dune is such a monumental, big fantasy story that it's futuristic kind of sci-fi epic, and it's really cool. And I know that they tried to do it before on film, and it didn't live up to any standard from a lot of people's perspective. So I'm hopeful that they can do it right this time. I think it would be awesome if they nailed it out of the park, and I think it would be pretty groundbreaking. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. But that's pretty much my top 10 as a whole, with a few extras because we had some duplicates. But yeah.
All right. Well, my next top 5. First one is going to be Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, I forgot that was coming out.
Oh, yes. That's supposed to be slated to release in June 26, 2020, this year.
That's a must-see.
Joseph Kosinski?
Yep.
Kosinski. Joseph Kosinski. And yeah, man, I am freaking pumped.
Yes.
I'm a huge Top Gun fan. I love Tom Cruise in that movie. I mean, they're granted, it's one of those action over the top 80s films. Like, it doesn't hold up very well nowadays. Watch it, there's a lot of randomness in there.
It's a good time though. I mean, it's a classic.
It's a classic. It's a classic. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Val Kilmer's character was fucking awesome too. And they're all slated to return, man. Tom Cruise, Val Kilmer. So I'm
Do you
curious
know
to know,
what the time gap will be for these characters? Like how long?
like, how long. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
imagine it'd have to be a
I don't think that's
decent
been
gap
addressed yet.
because
Yeah,
I
but
know Tom
I know
Cruise doesn't age, but the rest of them do.
Miles Teller is supposed to be like the main, one of the main protagonists in the film, and
Mm,
that's supposed to be Goose's son.
mm.
Uh, yeah. So
Maybe like
I don't.
22 years or something like that.
Yeah, I would assume so, since Goose's son was like a little. He was in the movie, in the
Yeah.
first movie, but he was just a kid, like I would say no older than 3 or something like that.
So yeah,
Um,
probably like 20
so
years.
yeah, he's probably in his early 20s, say 23, 24, or something like
Yeah.
that. So, but yeah, I enjoyed the trailer a lot. Have you had a chance to check it out?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you
cool. I
did.
mean,
Okay.
I like Tom Cruise. It's somehow I don't know how he manages to still act the way he does, but he's a
Yeah.
rock star. So
I'm just
he's
happy he said yes to making a Top Gun sequel, dude. So, I'm curious to know, with all the newer age technology and everything that they can do with this film, and how different it is the planes he was flying in the other one are not going to be the planes he's flying in this one,
nope.
because of year differences, obviously. So yeah, it'd be interesting to know what they do with that. So,
Absolutely.
first one, Top Gun. Next one is going to be the Eternals as well. You brought that up, but that's definitely on my top 10,
Mhm.
and I'm super excited. Like I said, I feel like this film, Doctor Strange, are going to be the two films that are going to set up pretty much the future of the MCU for the next 10 years.
Mhm.
In terms of like villains and story and setup. They're going to be the two main setups. So, and also Kit Harington, your boy, is coming back. Jon Snow. You excited?
I it was weird. I saw him in something else.
He didn't do bad, man. You got to think about it this way, dude. The actors just were there to act, as far as
Well,
like
no, no,
being
no, not
behind
even
the Game of Thrones.
not even an issue with the way Game of Thrones went down. Even beyond that, I'm
And I
saying
feel
like,
really bad for Kit Harington, because I can tell that it really affected him. And a lot of
yeah,
people, I think he's known for, he's been, I think, pretty much openly about him having mental, like illness, kind of. Like I think he's depressed. There's been times where he's been depressed and stuff like that, and he had to go. But yeah, I feel very bad for him. So I really hope this movie does work out for him. I think this is perfect for him, like in
yeah.
terms of the cast.
If I'm being honest, I saw him in something else after Game of Thrones had happened.
Mhm.
All I can see is Jon Snow. So it's going to take a lot for me to not be distracted by the fact that that's
Yeah, it's unfortunate, because he was on that show for years,
yeah,
and it's the same thing with Daniel Radcliffe and stuff. So it's like,
and even
once
Robert
you
Downey
sign on,
now.
yeah, yeah,
Like I know in
Iron
Doolittle,
Man.
anytime I've seen of any footage from Doolittle or trailers, all I think is Iron Man. It's really being weird. Like that's
Yeah,
all I can
what's
think
funny?
of.
Before that, I knew him as the guy or the kid from fucking Weird Science. Before Iron Man, it was Weird Science for me.
Hmm.
Which
I
is something completely different. But like, yeah, I get it. Hopefully this is his another. It's not a big break, because his big break was Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
He's loved, and I think he's a phenomenal actor. So hopefully this is like his big break on the big screen.
That'd be cool.
It could
Yep.
be. Yeah, excited for the Eternals. Next film is going to be The Invisible Man.
Oh wow, I'm surprised you put that on the list. I really wanted to, but I was like, Jimmy's gonna
I
mock me for putting it on my list.
No,
I'm
no, no. I wanted to put it on the list because I am a big fan of the original Universal monsters.
yeah.
I
The
love
trailers for that
Dracula, the
movie.
Wolfman, Frankenstein, the Invisible Man, and then the Mummy.
Yeah.
I
I
love
mean, the
all those
trailers for this
characters.
Invisible Man movie look
It
really
looks
cool.
really good, man. The only thing that
Intense.
sucked is that they showed too much in the trailer.
Yeah.
Way too much. They showed way too much.
Yeah.
They could have cut off a lot of it. But it's I'm excited. It looks
Yeah.
really cool. Kind of it has a Hollow Man vibe, obviously. For if you've never seen that one, the one with
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon.
Was it Kevin? I think it was it. Yeah, it might have been. I forget what Kevin Bacon looks like, to be honest. Uh, I just know from Guardians of the Galaxy they always talk about Kevin
Yep,
Bacon.
Kevin
So
Bacon
it's
was an original Hollow Man. Yeah, I had to double
nice.
check that. So yeah, added Hollow Man vibes or whatever. But technically, Hollow Man was inspired by the Invisible Man. So you know what I mean. So yes, I'm excited for this one. I can't wait. Hopefully, they do this one justice because that Mummy movie was shit. I didn't even finish it, man. Fucking terrible. So stupid. So hopefully they do this one justice. And this one, if this one does successful, then they do Dracula. I want to see a
Well,
Dracula.
they already
movie.
tried that within this newish reboot with Dracula Untold. Did you ever watch that?
Is no, I didn't watch that one. Does that have to do with like the whole universe? Because apparently they were trying to do like a Marvel thing where all these characters are eventually gonna like mash up or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That crashed and burned real bad. So if they do a new one, it's going to be a completely different thing, unless they're just starting new. Yeah,
With Invisible Man,
yeah.
Yeah, I would be mad at that. A brand new Frankenstein, a Wolfman would be cool. I like the one with Benicio del Toro. I don't know if you ever saw that Wolfman.
Oh yeah, that one was cool.
That was fucking awesome.
Is that the same one with Sir Anthony Hopkins in it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
So yeah, Visible Man's another one. Next one will be Wonder Woman 1984, which we talked about a little bit.
Yep.
I'm pumped for this one. This is probably the first DC film I'm actually excited for over Birds of Prey, to be honest with you. I want to watch Birds of Prey, don't get me wrong, but this is the one I'm most excited for this year that is DC. Like I said, my boy Pedro Pascal is going to be there as Max Lord, and then Gal Gadot, obviously Wonder Woman. Chris Pine's going to be there as Steve Trevor, which is kind of confusing to me.
Yeah.
Just because, like, how the fuck are they going to bring him back? Or is this just all in their mind? From the trailers, you know what I mean? It just seems weird right now as to why they brought his character back, but hopefully it makes sense.
I'm pretty sure I can
all
figure
fits
that
good
out.
In the story, yeah. And I hope Cheetah is a lot better of a villain than the last one, because the last villain sucked.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I know that as far as the way that's happening with Chris Pine being back, there's definitely ways in universe that can happen that is pretty much set up with the trailer if you're a really big DC nerd. But yeah, it'll make sense. I'm sure it'll be a good time.
Yeah. Well, last one on my list is going to be a horror movie, and it is going to be the movie's called Antlers. I don't know. I don't think you've heard of this one.
No, I haven't.
I haven't heard of it. It looks fucking intense. You should definitely watch the trailer. It's called Antlers. It's about I'm gonna read the synopsis here. A small town Oregon teacher and her brother, the local sheriff, become entwined with a young student's harboring a dangerous secret with frightening consequences. So from the trailer, which I don't want to spoil too much, is this kid is like finding like dead animals, and he's like taking them home, and he's like feeding it to something in his house.
That's not good.
It could be, I think from what I remember, I think it might be his dad, but you don't see it. You don't ever see it, but it looks fucking creepy, man. And the vibe of it seems really dark. It seems very intense, man. And it stars Kerry Russell from Star Wars now.
Well, yeah, for her most iconic role in Star Wars, where you theorize.
Role in Star Wars, man. It also has that Jesse Plemons. He came out in Breaking Bad. He also came out in the El Camino thing. The little boy is played by Jeremy T. Thomas, and in the trailer, it looks like he was killing it, man. Cool. So yeah, it looks like an intense movie. If you guys haven't checked this trailer out, I highly recommend that you do. Hopefully we can get another trailer so that way I can react to it. It's not that long of a trailer, but yeah. That's my top 5, man.
Not bad.
You want to give, is there any couple shows that you're excited for,
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean, there's I have rundown. Real quick, I want to say, obviously, I don't know if we do this on the show or not. I think we'll decide that later on. But Star Wars Clone Wars Season 7 is something that I have been salivating for since...
No, we're going to cover that, yeah.
Since Clone Wars got canceled, I have been salivating for this because it's a gap between where that left off and the start of episode 3, and I am so stupidly excited for this. It's kind of absurd how excited I am.
Okay.
And then I know that, I don't know. Did you say that you've seen Haunting of Hill House?
I have not seen it yet, but I will when I get closer to, once the season 2 gets an announcement date, and I'm gonna start watching so that way we can do a full review of season 1 and 2 as a whole thing. Because that way I'm a little fresh. If I watch it now, I feel like I'm gonna forget. There's so much stuff that I want to watch, and I am gonna watch, but I'm just gonna forget a lot about it. So
I loved Haunting of Hill House.
I've been hearing nothing but positive things about it, and a lot of people have praised it to be a really good, show.
I've rewatched that show about 4 times now. I really enjoy it. And so The Haunting of Bly Manor is what's going to be the next installment in the series. And so I'm really looking forward to that too. I think it's got a lot of potential. It's been set up on a silver platter to be just a great time. Then obviously we have like WandaVision that's supposed to come out late 2020, and The Mandalorian season 2 on Disney Plus in November. Those are the shows I'm really looking forward to. I know there's a crap ton of shows coming out, and there might be something that surprises me. But
there's other stuff that hasn't even been like announced as to like, oh, this show's gonna be out this year. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of But from the ones that I'm excited for as of right now are not too off from yours. First one is Mandalorian season 2. Absolutely. Come on now, I love Mando. I loved it 100%. I didn't give it a 5 out of 5, but I gave it.
It was close.
Solid, I give it a 4, and I feel like hopefully the next season, is more consistent with like the times of episodes, because a lot of them were just 30 minutes, 27, 45. And then 27, it's just like, come on, just stay consistent with the length of the episodes. I think if we were at least each 45 minutes to an hour every single time, it would do a lot better, man.
That and a little less of the feel of filler would probably push it to be a 5 pretty quickly. If it's every episode's a Rockstar episode, then So that's easily something to be excited for. So
and then next one would be WandaVision. Say one you said, just because I really don't know what the fuck this show's gonna be about, but from the concept of it and the idea, it seems interesting. I just don't know, because like not Wanda, Vision's technically dead, so I know they're gonna bring him back too.
I mean, him being like a computer thing, I mean, obviously that's a little easier than a person, where you could repair it, but still,
just curious to know, like, what are they gonna do or explain how they brought him back or whatever, And also the story is being told through like a TV show style of like the 1940s or 50s, I believe. So it's supposed to be like that classic, like Leave It to Beaver kind of like look to it. And so I'm curious to know how this is gonna play out. And it also got pushed forward to release a lot sooner on Disney Plus. So that's something to look forward to now. It's good stuff, because Disney Plus needs more content as of right now. I feel like they need more exclusive content. Next one is going to be The Boys season 2.
I'm not surprised by you liking that.
I loved the first. Such an unexpected show for me to like enjoy. I went into it thinking that I probably was going to enjoy it because it was an Amazon, and during that time Amazon didn't really have a hit of when the first season came out, and when I binge watched the shit out of that, man, and I'm pumped for season 2 of The Boys. So that's another one. That's for sure.
I enjoyed watching certain parts. I quit pretty early on when a character gets killed in one of the most, I would say, I didn't even think my mind could understand that's possible ways.
I know exactly what you've heard.
I was like, my God. And so I was just like, this one's going to get on the shelf for me. I'm going to pause this, just walk away. But
it's understandable. I don't see this, certain shows are not for everybody. You know what I mean? So it's cool. At least you gave it a shot, and at least you got up to that point, because I was already almost like a few episodes in.
It was several episodes in. I enjoyed it. It's just that one I was like, I'm going to put this on the shelf for now. I'm not done with it. I was like, I gotta check out for a second. That was that was much to take. So
I hear you. The last show as of for right now until more get announced for release dates is Narcos. Mexico season 2 is out next month, early next
February,
month. I believe like the first week.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that one because Diego Luna is a fucking boss. I love his acting. I think he's incredible in this role that he plays in. So curious to know what where they take the story from there. It's all kind of being based off of a real story as well. So this is all, they have the source material there. It's just putting it into like film or into a show,
right,
to have it make sense, I guess, for people, and also entertaining for. So yeah, those are definitely my top, shows that I'm excited for now: Narcos, The Boys, Mandalorian, and WandaVision. And if there's anything else you want to add to this, to the list of movies or shows,
I would just say that overall, it's surprising when you come at this year. You're like, I don't know really what's coming out. There's not too much that I'm super excited for, and it just kind of adds up. And you're like, you know what, this is going to be a fun year. I'm certainly excited to talk about a lot of this, and we didn't mention nearly, I won't even say half of what's gonna be coming out that we might touch on and talk about. And so I'm really looking forward to the year, not only just because of the podcast, but because I'm a movie nerd and I like to watch stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all good news and exciting for me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it. That covers it. Thank you for those of you that have, that's still listening here from the beginning to the very end. Tim will hopefully have this up for you guys soon.
Yes.
Well, yeah. And then we'll also have, as anytime I get a new trailer pop up, I'll try to get reactions out to you as soon as possible. I know Tim works a 9 to 5, so when he gets home, usually he's on the editing, or he's just kind of relaxing because
they're pretty quick.
Yeah, but plus I try to make it as simple as possible for him not to do full editing for that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you for everybody that's been continuing to show your support with the show. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying it. Hopefully you guys like the new format as well, with the news and just topics. We're going to continue to stick with this, and we'll also do the reviews separately. The next movie that we are going to review, guys, is going to be Honey Boy. It is a movie that was written by Shia LaBeouf about his life. Pretty much it's kind of like a biopic, but it's done in a unique way in terms of like the characters that are playing him are not, it's not using Shia's name or different names, but it's based off of his life and the shows and the movies he was in. And it should be interesting. I have never seen it before. Tim hasn't seen it yet. Nope. So we're going to get into that, and hopefully we'll have it reviewed for you guys as soon as possible. And so stay tuned for that one. After Honey Boy, we would like to do Parasites. Hopefully we can do that one as well, because I haven't seen it and it's been getting nominations. It also got an award recently. So that'd be interesting to actually cover. And then the next one after that would be Birds of Prey. So those are going to be the next 3 movie reviews to be expected within the next upcoming weeks. So stay tuned for
it's gonna be a good time
content. And Tim, it's always good talking to you, brother. Hopefully we'll get back on, get to work as soon as possible. Here,
same to you, man.
Thank you guys again. Please share the video, like it, comment down below what you guys what's your most anticipated movies or shows. Doesn't necessarily have to be top 10, but just let us know what you guys are most excited for, and why. Why not give us the why are you most excited about this, and let us know what you thought of any of the news. If any of the news that we covered today excites you, disappoints you, because we're always curious to know your guys' feedback on a lot of this stuff. But thank you guys again for watching, and we'll catch you guys soon on the next episode of What's Poppin' Podcast.
See ya.